Do you have an idea or concept that you think might make a good commercial product? You've come to the right place. Establishing a relationship with your technology transfer office or innovation office is an important first step in commercializing your innovation. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the process of submitting an invention through the Inventor portal for assessment for commercialization by Innovation Ventures. So let's start with a few pro tips. Before you begin, make sure that you have a list of all the folks who are involved in your invention. Secondly, you want to make sure that you have all the federal and non-federal grants, including the correct grant numbers that go with each. Next, you want to have any third-party materials that were used, so like mouse models or other things, including the company, the person, and the agreement number, if you have that available. And then, finally, you want to make sure that you have PDF files of all the supporting documents, including an abstract, manuscript, or posters. Now, if you want to make sure that you do not have any delays along the way, it's important to follow just a few steps. Number 1, make sure you complete your disclosure at least 30 days before any public disclosure. That means if you have a presentation coming up or you're getting ready to publish your manuscript, you want to make sure that you get this in at least 30 days ahead of time. Next, if you have to pause and come back because you do not have all the necessary information or answers, just make sure that you hit save, or all of your work will just disappear. So you want to make sure that at the end, you hit submit. It is not considered complete until it is reviewed and accepted by Innovation Ventures staff. Step 1 is accessing the portal. Before we begin, make sure you're signed into the VPN on Centerlink. And once you're signed in, go to the search bar and type Innovation Ventures. This should take you to a page that looks like this. On this page, you'll have the opportunity to learn more about Innovation Ventures, but today we're focusing on the Inventor portal. So for step 2, you're going to click on Add a new disclosure. If this is your first time in the Inventor portal, you'll be asked if it is your first time. So say yes, and the platform will prompt you to create your account. Once the form is open in your account, you'll need to choose the type of disclosure. So these could be idea without proof of concept, invention with proof of concept, or a research tool. We will choose the type with the most questions, an invention disclosure with proof of concept. For this example, I'm going to share that I created an oral swab allergy test, so no skin pricks required, and it detects and enumerates all allergies. So step 3 is basic information. So first you're going to enter a working title for your invention, and remember, this can be changed later. Under the description section, choose your category of your innovation. We'll select diagnostic for this example. Now provide a brief 3 to 5 sentence description of your invention. For instance, I've created an oral swab allergy test which identifies all allergies, including food allergies, without pinpricks or blood tests. So step 4 is the inventor information. So we'll add complete information for all inventors, including those from outside of CCHMC. I'll click Add Inventor to add myself as an inventor. You could also add co-inventors by clicking Add Inventor. For each inventor, indicate if they have a dual appointment with other institutions. For example, if an inventor also works at Nationwide Children's, you'd enter that information here. You will notice a section here that asks about percentage. This refers to the percentage of the innovation that the co-inventor is responsible for. If you're not sure how to answer this in this question, it's okay, just leave it blank. So I'll go through a few common mistakes. Include all inventors at the time of disclosure. Don't confuse inventors with manuscript authors. Inventors must have directly contributed to the invention. This is different from a manuscript. You have to be able to explain exactly what their part was in the creation of the technology. Ensure correct spelling of non-CCHMC inventors' names. So step 5 is public disclosure. In this step, you want to indicate if there's been any public disclosure of your invention by selecting yes or no. If yes, you have to provide the date, location, and details of the disclosure. Also, if you know a public disclosure is coming up, please specify any plans for upcoming disclosures such as publications, manuscripts, and presentations. This helps the Innovation Ventures team prioritize requests. Step 6 is a detailed description. In this section, provide a comprehensive description of your invention. You can copy and paste from abstracts or manuscripts, but clearly indicate which portions answer specific questions. Please enter the date when you first conceived the invention and indicate how you have documented your invention. Step 7 includes funding information. This section is very important to fill out completely. There are many questions marked as required in this section. List all relevant grants, including non-federal funding. Click the Add Grants feature and input grant numbers accurately. When you enter your grant, it may pop up over here. If it does, click on it and save the changes. If the grant does not pop up, then you need to click on Add New Grant. So some common mistakes from this section: not including federal funding at the time of disclosure or including non-related grants. This drastically impacts the patent process and has repercussions at grant closeouts. If you go to submit at the end and it won't submit, go back to this section and check to make sure that you filled in all of the required fields. Step 8, this has additional information. So indicate if you used any third-party materials or if this is an improvement on a previous disclosure, and list any contributors who are not inventors. Step 9 is document upload. So you'll attach relevant documents, and this could be manuscripts, abstracts, or diagrams in PDF form. Step 10, review and submit. So you'll review all the entered information for accuracy, make sure you filled out all the fields that are marked required, and click Submit for review, or save as a draft if you need to add more information later. So after you hit submit, you will receive an auto-generated email that tells you that your invention disclosure is in the assessment process. After it's submitted through the portal, it will be assigned to a portfolio manager on the Innovation Ventures team, and that person will review it to make sure that it's complete. They'll reach out to you if they have any questions. Once it's been reviewed and it's complete, they will enter this into our database system, and it will be fully disclosed. So what does that mean? You cannot assume that intellectual property protection is in place after you submitted the disclosure. It's a completely different process. But filling out the disclosure just tells us that you have the idea and that you would like it to be assessed. Then, in the first 30 days, the portfolio manager will reach out to you and discuss any next steps. Sometimes that includes intellectual property protection, at which case you would discuss the next steps on obtaining your intellectual property. If you have questions during the process, contact the Innovation Ventures team. We're here to answer your questions. Hopefully, this will be one of the next great breakthroughs in healthcare, and we look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.